Okay, at all stations, good evening, everyone, and welcome. Bonsoir tout le monde et bienvenue. This is Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Juliet Zulu VA3CJZ opening the Amateur Radio Exchange Group net for Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. My name is Chuck, and my station is located in Hamilton, Ontario. This net is on every Wednesday night, starting at 8 p.m. and ending around 10 p.m. local time here on 146.430 megahertz. And since this is a simplex net, not everyone will be able to hear everyone else. And so I also stream the net on YouTube. So people who tune in will be able to hear stations that they cannot hear on their radio. They'll be able to hear how their audio sounds on the air and see their signal strength as well as see my station layout. Just type my call into the YouTube search box, and you can look for us live or under the title tonight, AREG Week 1636. And that 1636 is 1,636 weeks that AREG has been on the air consecutively. And finally, I ask that you please leave at least a 1 second delay between transmissions to allow others to break in. And please forgive me if I have to clear my throat or my voice gives out. I do have a cold, and so I will do my best. Are there any time sensitive or mobile stations that would like to check in? Please come now. Okay, I don't think anyone is outside right now on their radio, but you never know. Let's open it up to any and all stations. This is VA3CJZ.
B3 BMO.
Whiskey Papa Golf.
BA3 IMW.
All right, I heard three stations there. Let's go to, we have BMO, WPG, and IMW. Let's say hello to Pierre, VE3 BMO.
Once again, hello, Chuck, and everybody else on that. Just a general check-in there, Chuck. Did an activation this evening and come home. Do it all again tomorrow.
Yeah, so did you did you activate today?
Oh, absolutely.
And how did that go?
I got 30 contacts in the log and just come home. I just had to activate the part, basically. So I really didn't need that many QSOs. And come home, had dinner. Now I'm just catching you on the net before, more likely, I fall asleep.
Yeah. And perfect time to get under the covers and either snuggle with the missus or maybe you go to bed first and then she joins you later. But yeah. All right. Well, you also got your pooch, right? She must keep you warm.
She does a better job than the wife because the wife sleeps out on the couch and I sleep in bed.
There you go. Plenty of room for you and the furry friend. All right, Pierre. Thanks for checking in. Much appreciated. Anything else?
No, sir. I'll just listen along. Probably end up dozing off. Thanks for doing that, Chuck. 7-3.
All right, Pierre. 7-3. Okay, and let's go to Chris, VE3 WPG.
VA3WPG, good evening, everybody. I may not have been out activating in the cold today, but I did manage to dip out on the bike for a little bit today. Went to grab my coffee. It's actually when your gear is meant for snowmobile, it's actually not that bad. But yeah, still wouldn't want to be sitting out in a park for any extended amount of time, even in that gear. Yeah. Um, got a question for people. What was the Support Your Parks weekend? Was that one contact as a hunter or 10 as a hunter? It's 10 for an activation. What was the hunter requirements? Just wondering, has anybody got their award yet, or is there a delay on this one? Because I made a nice amount of contacts.
Well, Chris, good question. Actually, as a hunter, all you needed was one contact. And of course, if you're activating a park, you are required to get 10 for a successful activation. And more than likely, your award may not be at the top of the list where the awards are. It may be hidden in the previous Support Your Parks that you participated in, uh, however many months ago that was, and you'll find them all there. Same thing with uh, the seasons they go through. You get one for the winter, you get one for the summer, spring, fall. They will all be clustered together. So you'll have to look for the uh, an older award that you got, and it'll be piled in there along with the others.
Okay, so I go down to support. Oh, wait a second. August, autumn 24, what's this, 25, autumn, winter. Oh, support your parks. Original date 10, 19, 2024. Here's some that says winter 2025. Wait a second. Uh, what's going on here? And winter 2025. And correct you are. And on the certificate, yeah, it shows 10, 19, 2024, which would have been the original. However, has submitted proof of working parks on your air entities for the weekend of January 18th, 19th. So there it is. So correct on that, and thanks for that info there. Been waiting for that to come in.
Yeah, yeah. I remember the first time I was looking. Well, maybe not the first, but the one, all the ones that came after that, I forgot that they don't show up at the top of the list. You have to go back to when you got your first one or the previous one, and they'll all be there. Also, if you're on QRZ, Chris, and everyone else, you may want to also check on your 12 Days of Christmas certificate or award on QRZ. Um, it's valid, I believe, until the end of February. February 28th, you've got 12 days, I believe, with, I think it's 12 confirmations in order to get the 12 Days of Christmas award. So in the awards banner on your QRZ, you can look for that there, and you can get endorsements for digital, for phone, and for endorsements for separate bands like 10 meters, 20, 40, and so on. So look for that too, Chris.
Yeah, I got that one last year. I know I got one contact for the what did we just call it? The 12 days there. I don't know if I'm really going to bother. That's the one where they have all the three-letter call signs, right? I don't even know if I'm going to worry about that one. I did that last year before I got into POTA. Since I got to POTA, I think I found my thing in ham radio. That's kind of my focus at the time. In fact, last winter I used to be heavily into even FT8. And since I got into POTA, I maybe made 2 or 3 FT8 contacts, and I haven't even fired up the signal link since.
All right. Well, I just thought I'd mention it since you were talking about awards and such. And yeah, it's all up to you. And do you have anything else for us before we continue on there, Chris?
I know that's just my thing. That's still good info for other people if they may have worked all the stations and they might have forgot to check the awards. But for me, for this year, I don't think I'm going to try too hard for the 12 days. Since we're past Christmas, anyways, I did get that before Christmas last year. I'm just going to say I missed out on that one this year. So no, other than that, until we come around again, I'll say we'll send it back now and we'll pick up more. VA3 WPG, back to you.
All right, Chris, very good. By the way, you've got a full strength signal over to my location. So great job. So let's move over to Mac, VA3IMW. Mac, come on in.
A very good Wednesday evening to you, Chuck, and all on net. First notable thing is obviously there's something of an echo between me and Chris. So we're getting out of phase distortion. So I'm wondering who double parked their transport truck, and perhaps we're getting a little bounce there. Strange but true. It just happens to people inadvertently. Anyways, I'm sure he's hearing the same thing. High signal peaks will cancel out the out of phase, and it brings the signal to zero. Imagine that. Anyways, Chuck, you're coming in full strength and then some. Very good job there. And I've certainly been looking forward to the AREG net as a nice distraction tonight. Work has given me some tough things to do, and as of yesterday afternoon, I was successful in conducting a review with a customer on a new project. So we're feeling pretty good about ourselves right now and securing the future for our manufacturing facility. So I just want to get my brain to stop and settle down and forget about all the details. Sometimes really difficult to sleep when the brain is too active and goes round and round in circles, and you just want to reach up the back of your head and find the switch and turn it all off. Anyways, turn it all off for me, Chuck. Fill my head with useless trivia, and I'll thank you for it down the road. Anyways, where the heck is Rick? Come on. He should have been the first check-in tonight. Have you heard from him?
Comment when you and Mac are done.
Okay, Chris, just stand by. Yeah, Mac, Rick checked in, I believe, on Monday night. He's been feeling rough, but he said he would try and check in tonight. So who knows? Maybe he hasn't realized what time it is. So it's still early. And so, well, I got some great trivia for you tonight, as well as on this day in history, January 22nd, and all kinds of fun stuff. So thanks, Mac. Anything else before I take Chris?
No, I'm pretty sure Chris is going to tell me exactly what I'm expecting to hear. Out of phase transmission, and he's going to tell me how crappy my signal is. Anyways, I'm here for the duration, Chuck. Thanks for doing it.
All right, very good. So let's see what Chris would like. VA3WPG.
VA3WPG, yeah, that's pretty much it. I was on the beam originally pointed towards McMaster University. When Pierre came in there, I had nothing, so I turned on the X30, my noise reduction and my preamp, and then I could just pick up Pierre in there. Then it came to me, and I forgot to turn it back to the beam. But in general, for my new apartment here, I do find out I get better on the beam, and especially for 2 meters, especially.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, even though the beam is directional, it does work side to side and on the back end too. So as long as you're not trying that with distance, you definitely have to be pointing in the right direction there. Over.
Yeah, I wonder if my signals come up to Mac at all. But the strange thing is with where I am, my beam is pointed to indirect sight to Toronto, and I do have, from my height, kind of a direct view to Toronto. So I'm still curious why I'm not able to pick up AJF.
Bathurst and Wilson. Maybe you have to be focused. Maybe your beam has to be more focused at his location. I'm not sure. It'd be good to get a bearing. Actually, you can find the bearing of any station by going to QRZ and typing in their call sign, and it will. One of the pages there will show you the bearings.
Okay, yeah, I got the intersection pulled up on Google, and I use the distance ruler to get direct lines on things. But other than that, I just wanted to comment on why my signal might have been a little choppy, and I wonder if I might sound a little bit better to Mac. He was coming in a little choppy, and when I switched over to the beam, he's full signal. Anyway, other than that, we'll throw it back, and we'll come around next round. VA3WPG.
All right, very good, Chris. Okay, Mac, any difference on the signal there?
Oh, absolutely. Full quieting and full strength. Strangely enough, with the other antenna, same signal strength. It was just the fact that it was bouncing off of something, which gave the out of phase distortion. So as far as MNON's location from Chris's position, it was going to be due north to northwest, due north to northeast. So it's not directly at the center hub of Toronto. It's off to the northwest corner up near the top end in Mississauga. Mr. and Mrs. Saga. Anyways, Chuck, that's enough out of me. So I'm just going to be sitting here comfortably numb. Back to you.
Okay, very good then. So let's see who else is out there would like to check in with us here on the weekly Amateur Radio Exchange Group. AREG. This is VA3CJZ.
Victor Alpha 3, Bravo Tango.
E3RWJ.
Okay, I'm curious if Chris was the one who doubled with Albert, but I heard Albert and then Chris. Was there someone else? Okay, very good then. So VA3, Bravo Tango, Albert.
Hey, good evening, Chuck, and everybody on frequency. Not much to report. I guess you're staying warm and toasty in the house there. It's been pretty cold, at least working inside this year, or this winter anyways. Usually I'm outside doing foundations. I'm just happy I'm indoors. Other than that, just a general check-in. I almost forgot about this net and realized, oh, geez, it's the RAG net, not the RAG chew. It's the AREG net tonight. So here we are. VA3BT.
Okay, very good, Albert. Actually, the temperatures are warming up slightly. It was at -10 not too long ago. Now we're at -9. That's what on my front porch. I think the airport is maybe 1 degree difference colder, but I don't live at the airport. So there you go. All right, Albert. Well, thanks for remembering, and hopefully others are remembering that it's Wednesday night, and we'll check in also. Thanks again. Let's go over to Chris, VE3RWJ.
Good evening, Chuck, Albert, Mac, Pierre, all kinds of other people. I can't remember them all. No traffic, really, just staying warm, getting into some tequila that I got for Christmas. I think that'll ward off the cold. Spare thought for people down in like Louisiana and the deep south. They're getting cold weather and snow, and they don't know what to do with it. A couple inches of snow shuts them down for a week. Anyway, thanks to everyone who gave me points during the VHF contest on the weekend. I had 88 contacts, which wasn't my best ever, but it was still really good. Back to you, Chuck VA3CJZ.
All right. Very good then, Chris. Hope you make out well with when you upload your results. I didn't do that great. I kind of gave up trying to hunt people and tell them to go to Simplex and whatnot. So it is what it is. But yeah, it was fun. And as far as the temperature, yes, from Texas all the way across the states to the southern states, Louisiana, Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle, all seeing snow. Last night, the wife and I were asking our Amazon assistant what the temperatures were from Houston all the way to Panama City, Florida, and they were all -2 in that area, and they all have snow. And I just hope the citrus fruits have not been damaged. The citrus crops in Florida. Actually, on this day, I am going to mention. I think it was 1985. They had a big frost down in Florida and ruined. I think 80 to 90% of their crops. It was terrible. And I'm sure that year and the next couple of years, price of orange juice skyrocketed. So hopefully we all know how expensive food is already, so we don't need another hit like that. You'll be curious to hear what Jason and Arpad are experiencing down in Texas. I know VE3CJZ is down there for vacation, but oh well, you can't do much about Mother Nature. Anything else there, Chris?
Nope, not really, other than when people were joking that Jason went down there to hunt Arpad. Made me think of Elmer Fudd for some reason, like, I think I see an Arpad. I can't do the voice, but you know what I mean.
That was pretty close. Pretty close. Elmer Fudd, a.k.a. Mel Blanc, I think. Okay, Chris, very good. Thanks for checking in, and great signal. You're close, very close to full strength over here, and good audio. Thanks again. Okay, I think that clears my list. Let's see who else is out there. Would like to check into our net. This is VA3CJZ. All right, I guess this would be a good time to start with our contests. And there's a big one coming up this weekend, Winter Field Day. And hopefully we can still do it indoors. I'll have to double check. But Field Day, of course, it's in the title. People that, for example, go and do POTA can participate on Field Day, maybe even set up a tent and go inside the tent there and operate for Field Day. But anyways, let's see. That starts 1600 Zulu, January 25 to 2159 Zulu, so 2200 Zulu on January 26th. And that's worldwide. Any mode. There might be exceptions, but it says here any, and see rules for exception. And all the bands except the work bands, WARC bands, are not allowed, but everything else is. And so any mode, that's good. Next, we have the Australia Day contest. Those of you who haven't got Australia in your logbooks, perfect opportunity to try and get them. And that is from 2200 Zulu, January 25th, to 1000 Zulu, January 26th. And that's for CW, phone, and digital. And the bands are 10 meter, 15, 20, 40, 80, and 160. And if you have 160 meter capability, there's a CW contest that goes on for 48 hours. It's called the CQ 160 meter contest, as I said, for 2 days, and 160 meter only. And I know a lot of you guys have been practicing your CW. So I haven't gotten to it yet, but maybe one day. Next, we've got the REF contest for CW for 10 meters, 15, 20, 40, and 80. REF contest. Next, we've got the UBA DX contest for sideband. And that's for 10 meters, 15, 20, 40, and 80. The geographic focus is Belgium, but the participation is worldwide. So that's it for the contests coming up this weekend. If you have any questions, you can just open up your web browser and type in contestcalendar.com. And you can find links to the rules and find all the information you need there. Does anyone have any announcements that they would like to make or check-ins? Please come now.
Victor Echo 3, Charlie Echo Uniform.
Hey, there he is. Victor Echo 3, Charlie Echo Uniform. Tomas, come on in.
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody else on the net here. Just turned the radio on, and knew the net was on tonight there, so. Not much is new here. It's still 10 days down to close. So,
All right, very good. I got you coming in here tonight around S7, S8, and you're. Are you on your portable?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I have it plugged in. I don't know. You might hear a bit of humming.
Okay. Yeah, very good. Very good. All right. Well, glad to hear you're doing okay there, Tom. And thanks for checking in, my friend. Do you got any plans on going somewhere warm? I was going to say down south, but down south is cold right now.
No travel plans as of yet, but working on that. We're going probably somewhere in the UK probably around August, but before then we haven't really made any plans yet.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. All right, Tom. Well, thanks for checking in, sir. You stay warm and make sure your extension cords on your heaters are not underneath carpet where they can catch fire. And just be safe. I know a lot of people might be using space heaters and that in these cold temperatures, but using the wrong extension cord, putting the cord under a carpet so you don't trip on it is not recommended if fires start that way. So please be safe out there. And so thank you, Tom. Do you have anything else, sir?
Nothing else to add there, Chuck. I'll be safety here and I'll be
All right, Tom. Looks like we'll be starting our trivia a little bit early tonight, so it's all good. And I see on the YouTube stream there, Wade, VA3NCA, has sent a message regarding, I don't know which contest he was talking about. It says any mode that can do the exchange, which rules out FT8. maybe you can clarify. I can't remember what he's referring to there, but Wade is on his way home from work right now, listening to the stream on YouTube, I believe, and so he'll be checking his for field day, winter field day. Ah, okay. Yeah, so no FT8 for field day. Is that right, Wade? Ah, okay, very good. So no FT8 for field day. All right. I know Pierre is going to be sad. Okay, very good. Thanks. Oh, you need to be able to do the verbal exchange. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. All right, very good then. And so we'll clear with Tom in Burlington. And let's see who else is out there would like to check in with us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ. All right. Well, I guess we can start the, not on this day, but a little bit of trivia to get things going. So let me set up here. Which one? I've got a couple of them on the go here. Um, all right. Let's start off with, let me see if I can change this. I guess not. All right. Hey, in which year was the first Academy Awards ceremony held? Was it in 1927, 1932, 1929, or 1951? The very first Academy Awards. Does anyone know? All right. The answer is 1929. How about the Titanic? Does anyone know in which year the Titanic sank? Was it 1905, 1912, 1920, or 1931?
VE3 KDT.
Go ahead, Noel.
Yeah, it was 1912, I think.
Yeah, you got it. 1912. And so did Wade and Guy and Coach. Sorry, it's not 1931. Nice try. All right, we'll switch over to a different one here. These are supposed to be funny trivia questions, funny trivia quiz. So, what's a baby kangaroo called? Is it called a calf, a pup, a joey, or a kit? What's a baby kangaroo called?
Joey VA3WPG.
That's right. It's a little Joey. Coach, Bob, and Wade and Guy all got it right, as well as you there, Chris. Very good.
I was away from the radio. I guess you can mark me down for 1912 as well, by the way.
Okay, well, I'm not keeping score, but thank you. How about a group of cats? What is a group of cats called? I know Max got something funny probably in his head right now, but here are four possible answers. Is it A, clouder, CLOWDER, B, a cuddle, C, a chaos, or D, a gaggle? What is a group of cats called?
The gaggle is
It's actually a clouder. I've never heard of that word, so that's new for me. Okay, very good. A few of you got it right. Unfortunately, I'm using the web page, so I've got to switch in between the live stream here and the trivia webpage. So bear with me. All right. Which country is known as the land of the rising sun? Is it China, South Korea, Japan, or Thailand?
Japan VA3WPG.
That is correct. Okay, here's another new one I don't know about. What is the quirky name for a sudden heavy rainstorm in America? Is it a cloud hospital, a gully washer, a water raid, or a drip bomb? Maybe these are all redneck answers. I don't know. Anyone know? Coach got it right, and Bob, KOPF, and it is, in fact, a gully washer. Very interesting. I did not. I learned something new. I thought I recognized that voice. VE3MQ, Tom. You're a little light coming in, but I got you. Come on in.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just sitting on the HT here in the dining room. Go ahead.
I copy that on the HT in the dining room. So you're not on the lazy boy?
No, I'm sitting here in front of the computer on the HT. I'm going to get ready to rip my station all apart and redo it because I'm going back in the hospital for more surgery on the February 3rd.
Oh, you're going back in. What now? Oh, the vein. They're going to do the vein removal, right?
Yeah, it's called vein stripping.
Wow. Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard of that, but yeah, very interesting. Well, I wish you much success. I don't know how, um, what's well, I know what's involved, but don't know if that's really hard to recover from or how that is. But I hope it all goes well, Tom. So what? In about a month's time, 3 weeks time or so.
Yeah, February the 3rd. And when you said about a bunch of cats together, I think we
I'm having a hard time pulling you in there, Tom. You're quite scratchy. I didn't catch that last part.
when you said about all the cats together, what do you call it? And I said an orgy.
Oh yeah, right. You were the one that said that. Yeah, I'm sure there are other terms you can use as well, but I thought that was pretty interesting. All right, Tom. Thanks for checking in. Much appreciated.
All right, Chuck. 3
All right. Okay. What phenomenon describes animals oddly predicting the weather? Is it animal magnetism, bioclimatology, weather wizards, or predictive behaviors? What phenomenon describes animals oddly predicting the weather?
Predictive behaviors, VA3WPG.
Absolutely right there, Wade. Boy, you're on a roll tonight. Okay, this one's right up Tom's alley. What's known as a sign of affection in relationships, but feels really gross under the arm? Is it a kiss, a hug, a nibble, or an armpit lick?
VA3WPG. What was the answer to the last one?
An armpit lick.
For animals predicting the weather?
Oh, sorry. It was predictive behaviors. You got it right.
Thank you.
Right. So, what's known as a sign of affection in relationships, but feels really gross under the arm? Is it a kiss, a hug, a nibble, or an armpit lick? Oh, I thought Tom would have jumped in there right away. The answer is armpit lick. Wade says all of the above. Oh my gosh, that is funny. If someone spills the tea, what are they doing in modern slang? Is it A, making a mess, B, sharing gossip, C, drinking tea, or D, avoiding work? If someone spills the tea, what are they doing?
Sharing gossip, VA3WPG.
Yep, absolutely. It is, in fact, gossiping. This next one was so stupid, it's not worth saying. What do dogs do when they are excited? Of course, it's wag their tail. Everyone knows that. All right. Where would you find the world's smallest street called Ebenezer Place? Is it Scotland, Italy, Brazil, or Japan? Where would you find the world's smallest street? Ebenezer Place is called Scotland, Italy, Brazil, or Japan? Wade, yeah, the pee on your leg. Oh no, the dog. Yeah, you know what? My dog one time had two ladies walk by, and he was out front on his leash, and two ladies, one lady went down to pet him, and he peed on her leg. Oh my god, I felt so bad. It was funny, but oh dear. All right, where was I here? Okay, so the answer is, in fact, Scotland is where you can find the world's smallest street, Ebenezer Place. Sticking with streets, where can you find the world's most crooked street? Is that in Paris, France, Istanbul, Turkey, San Francisco, USA, or Sydney, Australia? Where can you find the world's most crooked street?
Not sure on this, but I'm going to take it.
Sydney, VE3FAG.
3WPG, back roads of Australia.
Okay, I do believe I heard Walt in there checking in, Walt. And your answer, I believe, is wrong. It is San Francisco, USA. So let's bring in Walt, VE3FAG. Good evening, Walt. How are you?
What do you win if you get everything correct? VE3FAG. I'm fine, Chuck. Thanks for doing that, by the way.
You get satisfaction. That's the prize you get of being entertained by killing time during the net. We normally do the trivia and on this day, just to keep from having dead air time. You can only talk to people, for so long.
I thought maybe there was a grand prize or something. Anyway, always fun. Thanks for doing it again, Chuck. VE3FAG.
All right, Walt. If I had something to give other than my my happy-go-lucky attitude, I would. But I'm just a broke old man. All right, let's go back.
How about a free lobotomy?
There you go. Yeah, we can manage that. All right. I think I skipped over one. What does the word bay stand for in slang? That's spelled BAE. Is it best at everything, bacon and eggs, before anyone else, or big and exciting? What does BAY stand for in slang? There you go, Wade. Very good. Very well put there. You win a sense of accomplishment. There you go. You don't always have to get something physical. Very good. All right. So the answer to Bay, I thought it was Babe, short for Babe, but the answer is before anyone else. I've never heard that.
I was thinking along the same things as you too. That's what came along with Instagram or some VA3WPG.
All right. Okay, here's a cute one here. Which animal is notorious for constantly trying to sneak a nibble on food, even with full cheeks? Is it a squirrel, a chipmunk, a rabbit, or a dog?
Chipmunk.
PG.
That's right. That was an easy one. The chipmunk. Okay, I've never heard of this one. Which famous landmark is also known as the Big Banana? Is it, oh, this is stupid. Is it A, the Eiffel Tower, B, the Statue of Liberty, C, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, or D, Giant Big Banana? Of course, that's the giveaway right there. I've never seen the Giant Big Banana. Anyone?
What, you've never seen Donald Trump on TV?
The Big Banana.
Yeah, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I thought that was pumpkin.
All right. This is a good one here. And I've seen these online. In what country can you stay in an ice hotel? Ice, ICE, not nice. Ice hotel constructed every winter. What country is it? Canada, Norway, Finland, or Russia? Where do they have ice hotels?
Canada. Finland.
Finland. A3WPG.
Finland.
Absolutely, it was Finland. I hear a station that's, I have a hard time hearing there. That station, try again. All right, some lid is keying up with them there. That I'd like to get a relay, if possible. Can anybody hear that station?
QSL. Good evening, Steve. Welcome home from work. I hope you had a good day. VA3 NFG, VA3 IMW.
Slumped over in the lazy boy chair. That's why the antenna is not. Get another position.
All right, QSL. Well, you enjoy that lazy boy chair. We're all going to live vicariously through you. And Chuck, you can live vicariously through me. I just sent you a picture of my current resting position here at home in the shack beside the fireplace. Back to you, Charles.
NFG is coming into Dundas too.
All right, very good.
Alright, you guys are gonna make me get up and walk over to the window. Oh. Sure. How's that? Are we S9 there, Chuck? VA3 NFG.
All right, Steve, I got you that time. Looks like everybody's sitting in their lazy boy by the fireplace or in front of the TV there. I got that picture, Mac. So yes, I can live vicariously through you. All I have here is a space heater, unless it catches fire. That's the closest I can get to a fireplace.
And Chuck,
Yes, Tom.
Is Rick come in yet?
No, not yet.
Well, if he comes in, yesterday was his birthday.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for the heads up. So there's no excuse for him to miss if it last night was his birthday. But I think when I checked in with him on Monday, he said, "Oh yeah, I didn't check in with you last week." So let's hope he remembers this time.
Yeah, he's 76.
Oh, you bugger! He never says his age. Very good. Old fart. All right, very good. Thanks, Tom. So with that, let's take a pause and see if there are any other check-ins for this week's Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ.
VE3 LBI.
Early again.
Yes, sir, it is. Made me look at my clock. It's 8:51 p.m. VE3 LBI. Larry, come on in.
Got to keep Mac on his toes there. Yep, it's actually it's not bad out right now. Temperature doesn't feel too bad to compare what it was this morning. So the wind's died down, and it's actually almost seasonable.
Yes, it's slowly coming down over here. I'm looking at my weather station that I have out on the front porch there, and it's now reading minus 8.8 over here. So yeah, it's warming up, and I saw a few flakes of snow there come through. It's a light, very light dusting on the streets and sidewalk right now. So I don't know if we're supposed to get any accumulation or not.
Well, as long as we don't get what the state's got, anyways. I'm still laughing at some of the pictures. I guess they must have been quite shocked.
Yes. I've got friends down in Florida that are just cold. Let's put it that way. Last night, Renata and I were asking the Amazon assistant there, what's the temperature in Houston? What's the temperature in Alabama? What's the temperature in all the southern states there? And they were at 0 or minus. I couldn't believe it.
Hell, one area got 9 inches of snow. So, yeah, I got a buddy and his wife are down there. They go down every year. So he said it was pretty cool. I was talking to him through Messenger online there. And he said the temperature was pretty cool. They're only getting about 65, 70. But this is the cooler time in Florida. So it'll start warming up. But I think it probably get a little bit cooler probably last night. It was probably a little bit chillier for them.
Well, Larry, there's a 10-degree difference between Daytona Beach and Miami. And they're only maybe, 100 miles apart or so at the most. And, yeah, quite the difference. And it was like -2 in Houston. Same thing with Mobile, Alabama, New Orleans, Louisiana. So, yeah, they're telling people to stay off the roads.
Well, they're not used to it. It was even some of the videos I watched too. Even the cops and the state patrol were making snow angels.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But it's all fun and games until somebody has bald tires and gets into an accident. So that's why they're telling people to stay off so they can clear the roads.
No, definitely. Anyways, okay, we're here listening along. I'll let you carry on. Thanks for picking me up, E3LBI.
All right, Larry. Very good. So we were in the trivia portion, and we were asking, in what country can you stay in an ice hotel constructed every winter? And we had Canada, Norway, Finland, or Russia. And the answer is Finland, of course. All right, let's see if you know your nicknames for your American cities. If someone mentions they visited the Big Easy, which city are they referring to? Is it Los Angeles, Miami, New Orleans, or Seattle? What city is called the Big Easy?
It's actually pronounced New Orleans. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, give me a break. The answer is New Orleans. What's that song? Something sinking in New Orleans. Yes, if you're from New Orleans, that's how you say it. Listen, when I worked with some Americans from Florida, I started talking with a southern drawl within days. It just rubs off on you.
New Orleans is sinking tragically hip, VA3WPG.
That's it. That's it. Thanks, Chris. What common pet behavior do cats do to show they trust their owners? A. Is it A, bring dead animals home? B, bark like a dog? C, stand on two legs? Or D, dances in circles?
A, bring home dead animals?
Yep. And sometimes they're still alive, especially with mice. Cats don't necessarily kill their mice or rats right away. They like to play with them. They like to let them run away and then they go catch them again and then they swat them around. And so they're not always dead. They might play with them outside and then bring them home when they're dead. But yeah, very interesting.
Very nice. That one was just a guess, too. I knew most of the rest tonight.
Oh, here's an interesting one. Why do flamingos stand on one leg? Is it A, to nap? B, to stay cool? C, to balance food? Or D, to signal danger? Why do flamingos stand on one leg?
To protect their hoo-ha.
Believe it or not, it's to stay cool. And did you know flamingos are not born pink? They turn that way after eating their fish from a certain water source that turns their plumage pink. Flamingos are born white.
You know what? VA3WPG Animal Kingdom is so weird. For some reason, I actually thought that meant they were resting or sleeping or something. But yeah, as I say, Animal Kingdom is weird, but that wasn't on the list.
Well, I had birds before, and some of you may have had birds as pets and whatnot. And a lot of them will sleep with lifting up one leg and sticking their head inside their feathers.
I was halfway there.
Okay. This one I didn't know. What animal is known for its ability to regenerate lost limbs? Now, they don't have the animal I was thinking of here, but nonetheless, the animals are a snake, a crab, a starfish, or a frog. What animal is known for its ability to regenerate lost limbs?
There is one species of crab that can regrow starfish. But other than that, I'm sure it's going to be one of the others.
I'm going to exclude a starfish because I'm pretty sure I've heard of starfish missing whatever leg. Exclude a starfish.
Well, then you would be wrong, Chris. The answer is starfish. Wade and Coach got it right. Steel City Coach. It is a starfish. Did not know that. As well, Wade, correction on the Ice Hotel. Apparently, there's a Hôtel de Glace in Saint-Gabriel de Valcartier, Quebec. Of course, Quebec has their winter carnival, and they have all kinds of ice sculpting and whatnot. So yeah, it's really nice. The carnival in Quebec. There, very good, Wade. Thanks for that.
It's subsidized by Ontario taxes, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, we pay for it.
What's that?
We pay for it.
For what?
The Quebec Carnival.
Oh, yeah. Didn't know that, but I'm not surprised. Did you know the province of Quebec was granted sovereignty by, was it Harper? So they're closer to separating than people might think. They have more rights and more money than you might think coming from the rest of Canada.
Most definitely.
All right, let's stick with flamingos again. What is a common name for a group of flamingos? Is it called a gaggle, a parade, a crop, or an alliance?
Again, gaggle is geese, so B, a parade? No?
Well, the answer is, in fact, what is it? Oh, I missed it. It is a parade, Chris. Very good. All right. Which animal's fingerprints are almost identical to human fingerprints? Is it a crow, a dolphin, a koala, or a lizard?
A koala.
Koala, the only one's got fingers, VA3WPD.
Yeah, it's the only mammal, too. So there you go. I didn't know that. That's interesting. And Coach is telling us that with regard to Quebec and sovereignty, it was the Meech Lake Accord. Oh, I remember that. Okay. Thanks, Coach. That's Sean, right? VE3FNI. All right. Thanks, Sean. All right. This is a recent term. Some of you might not know it, but what does it mean if someone says they have been ghosted? A, they got scared. B, they lost internet connection. C, they've been ignored or avoided. Or D, they lost their keys.
That's C.
Avoided, that's an internet term.
Absolutely, there, Chris and Mac got that right. Very good. And Coach as well. And Wade all got it right. It's a fairly easy one. Don't like to give too many hard ones because I've complaints before that they were too hard, and that doesn't sit well with audience participation. All right, why might giving your partner a cactus as a gift be interpreted positively? Is it A, shows you are prickly? B, symbolizes care and adversity? C, shows you are forgetful? Or D, it's trendy? Why might giving your partner a cactus as a gift be interpreted positively? And that's because it symbolizes care and adversity.
Or if you're Peg Bundy, you might like to put it in the place where your husband Al Bundy's alarm clock might be. If anyone's seeing that episode.
Oh, yeah.
Married with children.
Ah, yes. The Bundys. Hey, in what country can you take a selfie with a wild quokka, known as the happiest animal on earth? Is it the USA, France, Australia, or South Africa? And quokka is spelled Quokka. The happiest animal on earth. Well, the answer is Australia. Coach got that right. All right, let's do one more, and then we'll go to well, I'll do another call out and then start on this day. Let me find a good one here. Here we go. How many taste buds does an average human have? Is it A, 50, B, 200, C, 10,000, or D, infinite?
D 10,000. A3WPG.
That is correct. 10,000 taste buds that the average human has. And there was one that was related to hot sauce. And it's not a, I can't remember it now. I'm going to have to look it up. It actually is damaging your taste buds. It's not a flavor you're feeling. It's actually damaging your taste buds. $10,000. Coach got that right too. All right, let's see. Are there any other check-ins for tonight's AREG net? This is VA3CJZ. All right, so how about we start on this day? We're at on this day 204. 204 weeks in a row that I've been doing on this day. And we'll start with today's famous birthdays. And my first person is William Kidd, also known as Captain Kidd, with 2 D's. He was born on this day in 1645, died in 1701. He was a Scottish pirate legend born in Scotland. Next is Albert Neisser, Neisser, born on this day in 1855. Albert was a German physician who discovered the bacteria that cause gonorrhea and leprosy. Why? Are they both similar? I guess if you think about it. Born in the Prussian Empire. He died in 1916.
They both make things fall off.
Yeah, so I guess they are a related disease. But one is down below, down under. Your parts down under is mostly affected. Leprosy is everywhere. All right, next, born on this day in 1906 is Robert E. Howard. He was an American pulp fiction author, and he wrote the Conan the Barbarian book, I guess. He was born in Texas. I have a collection of Conan the Barbarian magazines in a large tub down here in the basement, and there's some pretty neat stuff. I was really into that there for a while. I guess now they're collector's items because they're from the early 90s.
Wow.
That's right, Conan the Barbarian. Back when magazines were still being sold. Everything's online now. It's crazy. I've even got old Playboys. So yeah, who do I have on there? I won't tell you. Maybe next week. All right, next with a birthday on this day is Bill Bixby. Bill Bixby. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. He was born today in 1934, And he died in 1993, already 32 years ago. Wow. Bill Bixby was an American actor, director, and producer. He directed and produced and acted in the Incredible Hulk series. He was also on The Courtship of Eddie's Father. That's going back. And then My Favorite Martian. Geez, that's going back. That's in black and white, if I remember. And he was born in San Francisco, California.
Wow, keep going.
Born on this day in 1934 is Graham Kerr, Kerr. He is an English celebrity chef, also known as the Galloping Gourmet. Remember him? I think he wore the tall chef's hat on TV there. I used to watch him way back. Born in England, of course. Also born in 1939 is Shinichi Chiba, also known as Sonny Chiba. He's a Japanese martial artist and actor. He was in The Street Fighter, and he was also in Kill Bill Volume 1. Born in Japan. He died in 2021. Steve Perry is celebrating a birthday today, born in 1949. American rock vocalist with the band Journey from 1977 to 1987, and then again from 1995 to 97. You might remember the song Don't Stop Believin', and many more. He was born in Hanford, California. Mike Bossy was born on this day, 1957. Sadly, he passed away 2 years ago. I didn't know that. Canadian Hockey Hall of Fame right wing. Won the Stanley Cup in 1980 to 83. Conn Smythe Trophy, NHL All-Star. He was with the New York Islanders, and he was born in Montreal, Quebec. Born on this day, this is my last one. Born in 1968, Guy Fieri. His real last name is Ferry, Ferry. He is an American celebrity chef, restaurateur, and TV personality. You might remember Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, as well as Guy's Grocery Games, born in Columbus, Ohio. He goes to some pretty neat dives and diners and drive-ins, and there's some pretty good food there. All right. Well, that's it for famous people born on this day. Do we have any check-ins for this week's AREG Net? This is VA3CJZ. Who died today in history? First person I have here is David Edward Hughes. He was born in 1831 and died on this day in 1900 even. He's a British American inventor, apparently invented the microphone and the teleprinter. He was 68 when he died in 1900. The inventor of the microphone, eh? Interesting. And Queen Victoria died on this day in 1901. Of course, she was the Queen of the United Kingdom and Ireland. She was 81. Dying in 1913 on this day is Tokugawa Yoshinobu. This person is famous for being the 15th and last shogun of the Tokugawa shogunate of Japan. He was 75. You might wonder, what is a shogun? Well, it says here it's a hereditary commander-in-chief during feudal Japan. because of the military power concentrated in his hands and the consequent weakness of the nominal head of state, i.e., the emperor, the shogun was generally the real ruler of the country until feudalism was abolished in 1867. There you go. Lyndon B. Johnson died on this day in 1973. He was the 36th U.S. president, and he was a Democrat. Dies at his Texas ranch at the age of 64. Lyndon Baines Johnson, also known as LBJ, was the 36th president, serving from 1963 to 69. He became president after the assassination of John F. Kennedy, under whom he had served as the vice president from 61 to 63. So the vice president automatically became the president when JFK was assassinated. Dying in 1979 is Ali Hassan Salameh, killed by a car bomb, believed to have helped mastermind the massacre of the 1972 Munich Olympic athletes. Now, those were all Israelis, I believe, that were killed. And Israel put together a special team of assassins that tracked down these people and murdered them one by one. There's a movie and a book that relates to this. Next, dying on this day, 1995, Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy. She's the mother, the American matriarch, mother of JFK, RFK, and Ted Kennedy. And she was 104. This one's interesting. Dying in 2005 is Rose Mary Woods. She was an American secretary to Richard Nixon, claimed to have erased part of Watergate tapes by accident. Now, if you remember last week, I mentioned that there was missing minutes in the Watergate tapes. And now we have the answer to who did that. It was Nixon's secretary. All right, next is Heath Ledger, dying on this day, 2008. Australian American actor. He was in Brokeback Mountain and The Dark Knight. Dies of a drug overdose at 28. It was an overdose of prescription meds, whatever it was. And it was about 2 months after he ended filming for The Dark Knight. Next, Danger, Will Robinson, Danger. In 2012, Richard, or Dick Tufeld, Tufeld. He was the American voice actor for Lost in Space. He was Robot, and he dies at the age of 85. Dying in 2017, Pete Overend Watts, English bass player for Mott the Hoople, dies from throat cancer at the age of 69. I liked Mott the Hoople. They had some good music. And finally, we have Hank Aaron, dying in 2021. He was born in 1934. He was an American Baseball Hall of Fame right fielder. Major League Baseball record, 755 home runs. He was MVP in a National League 25 times, Major League Baseball All-Star. And he was with the Milwaukee and Atlanta Braves and the Milwaukee Brewers. He was 86. That's it for famous people dying on this day. Do we have anybody in the wings that would like to check in and say hello? This is the AREG Net for Wednesday. Looking for check-ins. Anyone, anywhere.
Victor Alpha 3, X-Ray Lima Juliet.
VA3CJZ. Vanya, come on in.
Good evening, good night, whatever this part of the day is, Chuck. Hello to you and whoever is listening. I missed most of it. I just come in the basement a little while ago, maybe a minute or 2 minutes ago, which is kind of unfortunate, but I had some stuff to do upstairs, and it took a little longer than I thought it will, so there's that. Okay, what else is my side? No, not much, like it's just cold. Oh, goodness, was it ever cold going to work today? Like, I mean, it's not going to work, that's fine, you're in a car, but there's this stretch in between change room and the gate, and then for some reason it's always windy there, so that lasts like, I don't know, 150, 200 feet. He was like, wow, interesting. So that's pretty much all excitement for me today. Anyways, how you guys been, and how's my audio now? I think I know what was wrong other day. I had changed my FM from wide to narrow or something like that.
Yes, that will make a difference. Well, you're full strength, Vanya, to my location, and you got good audio now. Not a problem. And yes, it's damn cold. Um, and like you said, when the wind mixes in with the cold there, it doesn't feel good at all. Did you know that the windiest place in Canada, I think it's in a city though, the windiest city is actually a place called Maine and Portage, and that's in Winnipeg, Manitoba. It was considered the windiest place in Canada. I believe Chris, WPG, is from Manitoba there. Can you corroborate that, Chris?
Brr. Can confirm. VA3WPG. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty damn windy.
Yeah, I've waited for a bus there in the middle of winter, right at Maine and Portage. Those are two streets there in downtown Winnipeg, just west of there, I believe. Very windy. And so, thanks, Chris. Okay, Vanya. Well, thanks for checking in, sir. You know, you can always pull up the YouTube stream and watch what you missed.
Yeah, yes, I do know. I do sometimes, not that often as I used to. I try to I can't say remind, but it's to catch up on the net. But lately, I'm just preoccupied, like I don't know, some stuff, and I'm just trying to catch up with stuff around the house, and a little bit too busier. But hopefully, the weather, nicer weather comes, like it'll get better. So I'm trying to do as much as I can through the winter within the house, so I have more time for fun activities. Springtime comes, so that's kind of my plan, and I've been looking for last couple of days like frantically, ideas, like a log periodic antenna for 70 centimeters wide. Them they have a good front to back ratio, and they are not too deaf on the side, so I can pretty much point it towards Toronto and block out all the escarpment behind me, because my signal doesn't go through over it anyways. But it gives you some amplification from the sides and the front, but front to back is really good. But anyways, why they're interesting, they're really wide band. You can tune them, or the way you design them, to the 50 ohms. And what's another thing? The most interesting thing, they're like really small, and the very little wind load. So I would say for like antenna, like maybe 30 centimeters long, you can get like maybe 5.5, 6 dB, like it's, and then consistent from like maybe, I don't know, 160 degrees around it. So which is really, really good. So I've been looking at it, and I'm not finding anything what I like, but eventually something will come up somewhere. They do have some plans for stuff, but they usually bundle up 2 meters and 70 centimeters together. Let me drop for 1 second. And yeah, so if I come up with anything like that's kind of lingering at the back of my mind, if I see something that I could make like when I'm here in the basement doing nothing, like that would be the good project to do. Anyways, back to you, Chuck.
Yeah, absolutely. There, Vanya. I have two Yagi antennas. They're a 2 meter and a 70 centimeter, and they're very small. And they're Arrow. I think they're called Arrow antennas. And yeah, I need a new rotor though because I think something's wrong with mine. Having issues with it turning. So, uh, but yeah, they're very small and they're pretty good front to back and side too. So good luck if you've got the parts there. You can make what is it, a 5 I think it's 5 element for 70 centimeters that I have. So if you got the parts, by all means, yeah.
I'm gonna try to make one because I never make one. It's basically antenna is I can't say weird looking, but it's more like a triangle, and all the elements are fairly tightly packed, and you can put like 6 or 8 elements within like what would be like 2.5 elements for the regular spacing for the regular maybe one. Let me think. Yeah, probably like within a first 2.5, maybe 3 elements. You can put 6 dipoles. It's a basically antenna which works as a multiple dipole antenna, so they all resonate on slightly different frequencies and harmonics. And I don't know how they interact. Like it's dimensions are very important with those antennas, so they kind of interact with each other, and they do complement themselves going forward. But they like any other antenna or directional antenna, they find a hard way going in reverse. So it's interesting something to learn. Like I've been consulting the ChatGPT a little while, and it's very broad what they spit out, but it's helpful. So we will see where we're gonna get to it. Like it'll take a little while, but we'll get somewhere hopefully eventually.
All right, very good. Well, good luck. Yeah, if like I said, if you've got small aluminum tubing there, you can make your own for sure. So good luck with that, Wade. Or Wade. I mean, Vanya. Oh, thanks for checking in, my friend. And yes, it's pretty darn cold. As a matter of fact, yeah, on YouTube right now, I just put up the picture of the McMurdo station in the Antarctica. And I asked what the temperature was down there just a couple days ago. And it was a balmy -2 in Antarctica. It's their summertime right now. So that's why it's so warm, -2. So yeah, we're we're colder than Antarctica right now.
Yes, we are because I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, they had something delivered to them, and came on I can't remember which airplane was, maybe 787 or I don't know, one of those. Let's call them passenger planes, but it did manage to land on an ice wherever they built their temporary airport, and to get their supplies, and it was really interesting. And what else they did? They did that a flat Earth day a little while ago. I don't know when was this, but it wasn't too far out. So they do keep it busy talking about Antarctica. I did have actually I never had a contact with them, but a few times I tried to whisper, and some German station from there, they did report that they received my signal.
Where?
I can't remember. They have like a couple of outposts there, but wherever the German outpost is, I believe it's a Delta Lima something called sign of the station, which did the PSK report for me. Like I tried like maybe a year ago, 2 years ago. I know 2 or 3 times I did went that far, and a little while ago I did went to the Eureka weather station what we have in Canada. So that's as far north I went, and that's a German outpost in Antarctica. That's far south.
Oh, wow. Well, congratulations there, Vanya. I've been trying to get them on phone because I don't have digital. Well, I don't do digital yet. So very good, very good. I'm trying, whenever I see them in the cluster there, I try to get them, but that's one of my goals that I have not yet achieved.
Oh, you know, with FT8 is easy. Like it's really easy. So I don't know. I mean, you still have to put some effort to click the mouse, but you know, the only difference is you don't speak, and yeah, that's how I did it. So they heard me, so they never reply back. So it's kind of just one way, but it is what it is. I'm still kind of liking it.
Oh, very good. Like I said, congratulations. And as far as doing stuff inside the house, most of us, that's what we're doing, trying to take care of things during the colder months there. And even in the house, sometimes if it's really cold outside, you just don't have the energy to do much, even if you're indoors. So that's how it is for me. Anyways, maybe it's just because I'm getting old and lazy. I don't know. But anyways, Vanya, thank you so much for checking in. Do you have anything else for us?
No, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stay for duration with you guys and listen to the net. I do enjoy the net. I really do. It's just like that I'm not, how you say this, disciplined enough to organize my day. So I join you on the time most of the time, or other times the other stuff get in the way. But I try to join as often as I can. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna stay with you guys for duration and listen. VA3CJZ.
All right, very good. So let's see. Is there anyone else out there waiting in the wings that would like to stop by and say hi? This is VA3CJZ with the weekly amateur radio exchange group net. Please come now.
Recheck Israel BI.
Okay, I heard a recheck there, and there was another station that doubled with Larry. Who's that station?
VA3NCA.
Ah, there he is. He made it home. Hey, Vanya, just stand by one there. Larry, go ahead.
That was Wade, by the way. I'm going to have to say a 7-3 for now. Something's come up, and I got to finish off. So enjoy the rest of the net there. Thanks for doing it, and we'll catch you probably tomorrow night on the Simplex side.
Absolutely. That's right. Thanks for the reminder, Larry. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, we'll join Mac, VA3IMW, on the simplex frequency of 446.125. Thanks, Larry. Take care. Let's go back to Wade, VA3NCA.
VA3CJZ, VA3NCA. Yeah, I made it home. I actually made it home a short time ago, but I continued listening along on the YouTube while I got myself straightened out here. But I did get to the radio in time to give you a real RF check-in. Yeah, pretty busy day, but that's okay. It was a work from work day, so I was on campus. Man, it is cold out there. That's for certain sure. And yeah, something Vanya said there about the Antarctica, landing the plane there, and then the flat Earth stuff. That's a really interesting situation. So there is a flat Earth community on YouTube, and then there is a community of flat Earth debunkers, people that we generally refer to as, normal people who know that the Earth is round. And so anyways, there was a pastor, Will Duffy, from some American state, who, in order to debunk one of the claims that some flat earthers say is critical to their flat Earth. He took them down there just in December, just recently, to witness the 24-hour sun. So in Antarctica's summer, the sun never sets for quite a while during the summertime. Like right now, it just continuously circles overhead. And this is one of the many things that flat earthers say can't be done on a flat Earth. And so Will Duffy paid for, somehow he got a lot of money. As a pastor, I'm not sure how that works. But anyway, somehow he got enough money to pay for one round earther and one flat earther and himself, plus whoever else could fund their way to fly down there and prove, amongst other things, that the sun never sets. And surprise, surprise, they actually did it. So so I guess the truth is safe. But anyways, back to you.
The Earth is spherical.
It's technically oblate spherical, but yes, you're right. Spherical, not round, technically.
All right. Very good. Very good. Well, you know where the pastor gets his money from, right? The collection box.
Yeah, could be. It's this guy. I don't know. I think he became a pastor late in life, but I don't know the guy. But yeah, he managed to. Apparently, it was about 30,000 per person to go down there, plus some other incidentals. And yeah, he covered the way for himself and two others, and then he opened up the rest of it to people who could crowdsource their way. And I think there was a team of maybe 9 or 10, and they went down there with cameras and various devices. And since they're all YouTubers, they streamed it. So if you're ever looking for a funny, semi-funny rabbit hole, you can search Google for TFE, which is the final experiment, which was what they called this adventure to Antarctica, and it was an interesting thing, actually. So it can be entertaining to check out.
Absolutely. I don't know if I could handle the long periods of the sun being up for sleep-wise. So yeah. All right, very good, Wade. Well, thank you so much for checking in. I'm glad you made it home safely, and now you can stay nice and toasty warm inside the house. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm staying in, keeping warm now from here on out until tomorrow. So yeah, funny you say about the not being able to sleep. They did say amongst your stuff, bring a sleep mask, because if you want to get sleep at night, you're going to have to block out the sun. And so the big joke was they wonder if the people who claim the Earth is flat, who expect the sun to set, if they're going to bring a sleep mask. Because if they do, they must not have a lot of faith in their prediction. So whether they did or not, I don't know. But that was one of the pre-talks that was going on. Will they or will they not have faith enough in their prediction that they don't bring a mask? So anyways, fun stuff if you're looking for a rabbit hole. Back to you.
Yeah, and just a tidbit of a fact. The average temperature in Antarctica is minus 55. And I don't know if that's Celsius or Fahrenheit, but at that stage, they're pretty close because I believe minus 44 or minus 47 is where they both meet, Fahrenheit and Celsius. So yeah, average temperature, my goodness. Oh, and winds 160 kilometers an hour. That's 100 miles per hour for Larry, but he's gone. So anyways, thanks, Wade.
Yeah, thanks so much for picking me up there, and I will listen along for the rest of it. And yeah, thanks again for another great AREG in progress. VA3CJZ back to net control.
Okay, very good. Anyone else out there wishing to check in, please come now. All right, so let's go back to On This Day, and now we're at the portion where it's today's historical events in history, January 22nd. And we start with the year 1506. And in 1506, we have the first contingent of 150 Swiss guards arriving at the Vatican. Now, The Swiss Guard, or as they're also called, the Pontifical Guard, makes up the smallest army in the world, and today is comprised of 135 men who act as the private bodyguards of the Pope, and together with the gendarmerie, that's called the Vatican Police, protect all entrance and exit points of the Vatican and Castel Gandolfo, the Pope's summer residence. The Swiss Guards were established in 1506 by Pope Julius II, and they are one of the oldest military units still in operation. And they were also known as Swiss mercenaries, who were feared for their head-down attacks and refusal to take prisoners. So some pretty tough dudes there. I never knew that. All right, let's jump to the year 1857 on this day. National Association of Baseball Players. Baseball here is two words. It was founded in New York back in 1857. I wonder when they decided to make it one word. Interesting. Next, we have the British with 139. Zulu warriors, 4,000. Let the battle begin. In 1879, the Battle of Rorke's Drift. A British garrison of 150 holds off 3,000 to 4,000 Zulu warriors. 11 Victoria Crosses and several other decorations are awarded to the defenders. This battle took place on the 22nd to the 23rd of January, 1879, during the Zulu War. A huge force of Zulus attacked a small British garrison, but was eventually repelled after 12 hours, more than 12 hours of bitter fighting. Now, you gotta keep in mind that the British probably had guns. They were probably muskets. But as the saying goes, you don't bring a knife to a gunfight. So that's why they were able to hold them off, I'm pretty sure. Interesting, though. 150 against 4,000. That's almost like the, what was that there? They made a movie about it, the 300.
Spartans?
Yes, that's it. Thank you very much. Yeah, the Spartans. Small force holding off. Well, they actually all died, but they did a pretty good job defending against, I don't know how many thousands. I heard really high numbers, really, really high, like 100,000. So, yeah, got some tough dudes doing that stuff.
Okay, 3 WPG.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Just a quick comment for anything that might be anyone that might be interested. And I don't know if this is still the case or not, but at one point when I was into collecting all this stuff and everything, just going to throw out a quick comment there. The Victoria Cross used to be the prize medal that any collector would want to get. It was the most valuable one, and I think that sold for over $100,000 among collectors. Again, I'm not sure if that's still the cross, but that's the way it used to be when I was into all the collecting stuff. VA3 WPG, Victoria Cross.
Yep, I'm pretty sure in the British Empire that is the highest honor that you can get. So 11 Victoria Crosses and other decorations were awarded to the defenders, those that lived, I guess. Very interesting. Thanks, Chris. All right, now here's another interesting one. In 1881, we have Cleopatra's Needle, which is a 3,500-year-old ancient Egyptian obelisk, was erected in Central Park, New York, back in 1881. And I never knew that. And I guess that's something to see. I'll have to see if I can find that on Google Maps or something. Interesting. All right. Now, in 1905, we got the Russian Revolution. In St. Petersburg, Russia, a large demonstration of workers led by Father Gapon, Gapon, marched to the Winter Palace with a petition to the Tsar. Actually, that was Tsar Nicholas II. Troops fire on protesters in what becomes known as Bloody Sunday. Then in 1908, a lady by the name of Katie Mulcahy is arrested for lighting a cigarette, violating the one-day-old Sullivan Ordinance banning women only from smoking in public, and is fined $5. Appearing before the judge, she states, "I've got as much right to smoke as you have. I never heard of this new law, and I don't want to hear about it. No man shall dictate to me." There you go. Good for her. $5 back in 1908. I wonder how much that is today. All right. Oh, my throat's starting to get sore now. On this day, 1930, we've got minus 37 Celsius in Mount Carroll, Illinois, which is a state record. Oh, excuse me. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, 1947, we have the first commercial TV station west of the Mississippi, and it's called KTLA, which is still on TV today. Channel 5 in Los Angeles, California, begins broadcasting. That's back in 1947. In 1959, Buddy Holly makes his last recordings in his New York City apartment, alone with an acoustic guitar. He tapes 5 songs, including Peggy Sue and Crying, Waiting, and Hoping, which were embellished, overdubbed, and released posthumously by Coral Records. So that song, Peggy Sue, was never finished, but they finished it for him and made it famous. And there you go. Didn't know that one either.
Comment?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Inflation calculator, $5 US in 1908 is worth $171.52 today.
Oh, that's almost the price of 2 cartons of cigarettes today. Just kidding. Thanks, Noel. All right, let's jump to 1964. On this day, we've got the largest cheese manufactured in Wisconsin for the New York World's Fair. Guess how big it was? 15,723 kilograms. In pounds, that's 34,660 pounds for probably one round cheese, I guess. It's a record. All right, now in 1968, Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In sketch comedy television program premieres on NBC. That's where a lot of actors and actresses made their beginning, actually, and comedians like Goldie Hawn. So I remember watching that with my father back in 1968 and after, and it was the funniest show. It was hilarious. I'm glad to have lived through it. It was great. And in 1970, we have the first commercial Boeing 747 flight. It was a Pan-American World Airways, and it flew from New York to London in 6.5 hours. In 1976, a bank robbery in Beirut that's Lebanon, nets a record, get this, 20 to 50 million. Now, there's a big difference between 20 and 50. Why can't they give us an accurate amount? Probably because it was more than what they're letting on. Next, we've got sports history. In 1984, Apple's seminal ad for the new Macintosh computer, directed by Ridley Scott, who was a very famous producer and director, loosely based on George Orwell's 1984, plays during the Super Bowl. The Mac computer. I remember that. And if you remember earlier, I mentioned about the freeze up in Florida. In 1985, a cold wave damages 90% of Florida's citrus crop. Ouch. This next one is for all you computer geeks. In 1990, Robert Tappan, Tappan, Robert Tappan Morris is convicted of releasing the 1988 Internet worm, or the Morris worm, one of the oldest computer worms distributed via the Internet. Does anyone want to comment about that, that they know about, Wade or anyone? Come now.
VA3CJZ.
Yeah, go ahead, Wade.
Yeah, he was the son of a notable computer scientist at the time, and I believe he himself went on to become a computer scientist afterwards. He took advantage of some built-in trust mechanisms in old Unix systems, and so he installed his self-replicating program into an area that itself runs when somebody logs in or something logs in. And so as everyone logged in, it kept replicating, and it took down the internet at the time, which was, small and all around, mostly academic sites and some military sites. But the Morris worm, that's where it all started.
Oh, dear. Now, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Back in those days, the government, as well as big tech companies, used to recruit guys that would do damage like that because they wanted, like hackers, they were hiring them because they could point out vulnerabilities in their system, right?
Yeah, sometimes they hire them. Other times they just gave them a slap on the wrist because they figured they were just nerds doing nerd things. I think he didn't get like prison or anything like that. I think he might have got a fine. I don't remember now, but let's see if I can find anything about it. It looks like he got probation and a fine. Yeah, so. And I guess it says here it was on the old VAX systems. I remember the VAX. I used to have one of my first internet email addresses was on a VAX. Cornell it looks like. Anyways, I don't remember all the things. Oh, there's one thing that it ties. If you ever find The Cuckoo's Egg, which is a book by Clifford Stoll, he is... another one from this era, except he was on the other side. He tracked down a hacker that was breaking into their university system, and that's a really interesting story. And it actually was written as a book, The Cuckoo's Egg, and he basically was really annoyed, as nerds will sometimes get, that there was a multi-pennies discrepancy in the accounting log for computer time usage, and he tracked it down to a hacker coming in through the modem. So that's a pretty funny story. Anyways, a little bit of internet history.
Yeah, and I remember hearing about a hacker going into a bank system and stealing 1 or 2 pennies out of every account, which added up to a tidy sum. And it actually took them quite a while to figure out what was going on. And I don't know if they caught the guy or not, but do you remember that?
Was that a real? It might have been an actual thing. That's also one of the plots, and maybe this is what inspired it, of Superman, wasn't it? Where they, one of them was siphoning off the fractions on transactions. I'm sure that some real life situation inspired that plot line, but that's the only place I know of from. Actually, I take that back. There's a second place I know of it from. It was revised as a plot line in a movie called The Office Space, which is a pretty classic movie for anybody who has ever worked in an office. If you haven't seen it, you should look it up. It's called The Office Space, and it has some pretty classic scenes and lines. One is where they take the printer out back and beat it with baseball bats because they're frustrated with the error message PC load better. So anyways, they also used a similar plot line for stealing from the company by taking the fractions of pennies in the transactions and transmitting it to their own account. Another good movie. And I'm sure they took their inspiration from real life like most movies do. Back to you.
Yeah, no, I don't recall it being from a movie. I actually read this story somewhere. This was a while ago, so I can't say for sure where, but yeah, pretty smart. Most people don't really pay attention to a penny or two, and the guy got away with it for a while. So very good. Thanks, Wade. All right, so let's move over to 2002 now. The Kmart Corporation becomes the largest retailer in United States history to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. In 2002, Kmart. I used to love shopping there. Okay, in 2007 now, on this day, the jury portion of the trial against Robert Pickton, accused of being Canada's worst serial killer, opens in New Westminster, British Columbia. Now, this guy was a pig farmer, and he used to let the pigs eat the bodies after he killed them. But I think I saw a movie, I think it was called Snatch, and it was a British gangster type movie, and he did the same thing. Maybe that's where the guy got his idea from. But apparently, the only thing that the pigs won't or can't eat are the teeth. For some reason, they can't digest, or yeah. So yeah. Anyways, that's that. So let's go to 2014 now. And we have water vapor is detected on the dwarf planet Ceres. That's spelled Ceres. Okay, we're almost done here. In 2016, the winter storm conditions strand 500 motorists for 24 hours in Somerset and Bedford counties, about 80 miles southeast of Pittsburgh on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Wow. And then I've seen videos where traffic comes to a standstill because of the snow, and all these trucks and cars all pile into each other, like hundreds of them. It's terrible. Seen videos of that online. All right, so next we go to 2018, and Netflix becomes the largest digital media and entertainment company in the world, worth $100 billion. Now, I was reading the news today, and Netflix is jacking up their price by $2 to $3, depending on what you have. So beware, it's coming. And the other companies are probably going to follow suit after. So yeah, just to let you know. Okay. And lastly, in 2023, China's northernmost city called Mohe, Mohe, records the lowest temperature of minus 53 Celsius. That's minus 63 Fahrenheit. That's on this day in 2023. And that's it. for my On This Day. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did researching it and repeating it back to you. And before we start the last 7-3 round, do we have any check-ins, last-minute check-ins for the AREG net? Please come now. Okay, nothing heard. So let's go to Chris, VA3WPG for the 7-3 round.
73. Have a good evening, everybody. VA3WPG. We'll catch you on the next one and see you on the Simplex tomorrow night.
Absolutely there, Chris. Thanks for playing along with the trivia and sticking around on the net. Always a pleasure. Next, let's go to Mac, VA3IMW. It's pumpkin time.
Thanks so much, Chuck, for a very entertaining evening. Certainly appreciate it. As usual, VA3CJZ, VA3IMW, 7-3.
All right, Mac. Thanks for your help with the relays and participating and all that fun stuff. Thanks again. So next, let's go to Albert, VA3 Bravo Tango. Albert, you still around?
Yep, still here. We were listening along. Good net. It was good. Almost fell asleep there a few times, but no, just kidding. That was good. Thanks for being here. Thanks for doing it there, Chuck. VA3VT 7-3, y'all.
All right. Well, I hope you were entertained a little bit and got to learn a couple of things that you didn't know. Let's see if Tomas is still around. VE3 Charlie Echo Uniform. How about Chris, VE3 RWJ? How about Tom, VE3 MQ? That's right. Rick never checked in tonight either. Both Ricks, AXJ and Bravo Kilowatt. Interesting. Let's go to Walter, VE3 Fox Hotel Echo. About VA3 November Foxtrot Golf. Last round. You there, Steve?
Yes, sir, there, Chuck. We're back at the window on high power this time, hoping to do better than S3. I got no meter here on the portable, but I'm sure you're doing the same right back to me. Good net, Chuck. Thanks for doing it. We'll tune in next time. VA3 NFG.
FGS9 to Dundas.
Okay, Steve. Yeah, you're flickering 40 to 60 over here. S9++. Good job, Steve. I can't wait for you to finish setting up your shack there. All right, good luck with that. Let's see if Larry is able to do a 7-3 round. VE3LBI. Let's try Vanya, VA3XLJ.
VA3CJZ, VA3XLJ, Chuck. So yeah, I'm gonna head upstairs. It's that time of the day where I start telling the kids they have to sleep. I mean, kids. It's not plural anymore. They have to start preparing themselves for the whatever nighttime. And it's a school day tomorrow, so I don't know if it's half day or full day, but that's up to my wife to figure out that one. So guys, I'm gonna give you 7-3. Chuck, thank you for goodness, even if he was short on my end, but I'll see if I find some time. Maybe just a replace on my way home. Usually it takes an hour, so maybe I can catch up that way. Anyways, yeah, thank you for goodness, and good day to everyone. VA3XLJ.
All right, very good. Thanks, Vanya. Much appreciated. Let's go to Wade, VA3NCA.
VA3CJZ, VA3NCA. Yeah, thanks again there, Chuck, for another great AREG, and yeah, 7-3 to everybody on net, and I'll catch you down the log, and next Wednesday for sure as well. VA3NCA, back to you, Chuck.
All right, thanks, Wade. Let's see if Noel is by his radio, VE3KDT.
Yeah, I'm still here. I just want to say thanks, 7-3s to everyone. To when you were talking about the worm guy, the virus, I believe from the movie Hackers, that was his backstory, that he was supposed to be that guy that had the probation or whatever else until he was 18 or something. But no, that was it. Other than that, back to you, VE3KDT.
Very interesting. Yep, I know a lot of guys that got, well, not a lot, but a few that made the news were giving very short sentences or commuted sentences, and ended up getting hired by either the government or large corporations. So very good. Well, thanks for that, Noel. And thanks for checking in. I almost forgot about you there because I noticed you checked in on the YouTube stream. And so I want to thank everyone who checked in on the YouTube stream. We had Wayne B, VA3FMB, and we had Wally. I'm sorry, I missed Wally, VE3. Oh, no, FHE. Oh, yeah. Okay. Walter. And everyone else. My cousin Guy from Ottawa. Haven't seen him type too much. And Bob Koff. Thank you so much for checking in. Much appreciated. And so with that, we're going to say goodnight. And thank you so much for joining me for this weekly amateur radio exchange group. It was great chatting with every one of you and doing the trivia. And on this day, it was a lot of fun. And so I look forward to doing it all again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. This is VA3CJZ. Chuck saying so long for now. 7-3.
You have a good night there, Chuck. VA3 PPF said that.
VA3 PPF. Oh, my goodness. I haven't heard you in a while. How are you?
Oh, not bad. Just doing a lot of shift work now, eh?
Yeah, that's right. All right, Pete. Well, thanks for checking in and listening along. Much appreciated.
No problem there, Chuck. I'm just heading out to work now.
All right, my friend. Stay warm and be safe. Until next time. By the way, tonight we had around, 17 check-ins, and one or two people did not have call signs. So really, in total, we had 19 people. So thank you all once again. 7-3 VA3CJZ.
Yeah, have a good night there, Chuck. VA3 PPF. Be listening on this one.
All right. Well, we're shutting it down. It's been a little over 2 hours. I hope everybody had a good time, and take care. VE3CJZ signing off.